Come on, your goober-headedness. We gotta go home. Come on, Hector. Come on. Come on, let's go home. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, you nincompoop. Come on. Come on, Hector. Let's go. Come on. Come on. We gotta go home. Come on. I'm gonna pause this and I'm gonna get this boy home, and I gotta talk to y'all about something. Well, I took Hector home, and I'm gonna sit here and let you look at the little heathen hordes. Hi, little splash child. Are you a girl or a boy? It's so hard to tell. Yeah, I know the barred rocks are goobers. Hey, I sold 3 little Brahmas, and a little injured girl, and the lady went ahead and took her. She's gonna do physical therapy on her leg and see if she could get her to be able to walk. If not, she doesn't have a rooster in their flock, so no big boys jumping on her. But I was going to talk to you guys, and I was going to get in front of the camera, but it's been a rough few days, and I just don't feel like making myself presentable. I wasn't feeling really great. I had some dizzy spells, and I think I got fluid on my ears. I think I've got some. I'm really not congested that I can tell, but last time it happened, I had fluid in my ears, and probably it's pollen, who knows, but my balance was a little off. And then all of a sudden, my husband's back went out in a bad way. Bad way. And, I mean, as far as screaming in pain, his legs don't function, he can't stand up. Yeah, it was bad. And so I had to take on all the chores. And I've got 2 broodies with babies. I've got this group of babies. I'm trying to sell most of them. And so I'm doing chicken chores, and I have a project. I have quilt projects I'm trying to do, and you can't be inside and outside at the same time. So, and the grass is insanely tall. The pasture and inside the fence, it's crazy. I need to cut the grass. I mean, there's so much that has to be done. I can't get to it. So, and then there was something that happened to one of our homesteader creators. And I think she took down the video, and I won't even mention who she is. Some of you may know. Her husband was suddenly killed. She went to the store, came back, found him in a sand pit underneath, I think it was an ATV, and he was already gone. He was gone when she found him. And all their plans for their cabin, their homestead, all of it basically ended in an instant. And that led me, and this thing with my husband recently, led me back again to what do I do if something happens to him and I'm left by myself? What do I do? Is this the life? What life do I want to have, and how life can I manage now that I'm doing more quilts? Because it used to be I hand quilted everything, and I couldn't get a lot done, and my hobby was pretty much almost gone at one point because of carpal tunnel. But now I'm machine quilting. I'm about to try to buy a more upscale machine. I'm doing a lot of other things inside the house. I really don't want to have all these breeding groups, and it's getting to a place where it's a little overwhelming, and I'm not doing things I want to do. Things are interfering with what I really want to do. That's what I'm trying to say, I guess. So I really don't know what to say. I don't really know what to do. Sorry about this camera. My husband bought me a tripod, actually, and I just didn't bring it out here. I need to start using that tripod, I guess. And actually, that was very sweet of him. Last time he went out, he went to a flea market and found me a tripod. I couldn't believe it. It was $5, but it works fine with this. It was such a nice thing to do. And I guess if I'm in front of it, I would use the tripod. But I started thinking again, what do I do? I need to simplify my chicken keeping. I cannot, I have my Brahmas and that big old rooster. He's such a big sweetheart. We both love him. My barred rock rooster Atlas is 4 years old. He has severe arthritic joints, and every step he has to flex a leg. He can barely walk without flexing his legs. Leave my Delaware Georgies over here looking at the chicks. She doesn't have a broody bone in her body. She's 9 years old and she's never been broody. The chicks are fascinated. They're 3 weeks old. Oh, by the way, I do have 6 of these Brahmas. There's 2 splash ones. I'm going to reserve back one for Bash and one a lady wants. And so there's 6 Partridge Brahmas for sale here. And 4 Barred Rock males. There are 2 pullets I want to keep for Hector. But there's another question. Do I keep Hector? Hector has been a royal pain lately. He hasn't attacked me, but he's so full of energy. I can't even... He's irritating the heck out of me. He runs up to me if somebody looked at him, they'd think he was attacking me. He runs up to me and gets up in my face, he looks up at me really fast. And today I whacked him. I had my shirt off. I took a flannel shirt off, and I whacked him in the face with my shirt. It's like, get out of my face. You are driving me nuts, boy. Spring fever or not, my other roosters don't do that to me. I don't care. Spring fever is no excuse. It's no dang excuse. The roosters are keeping me from having an easier time of it because I have to keep them separated. Now, of course, I have my old crippled ladies, and somebody's taking them a little nap in the sunshine. I have the old crippled ladies, and they can't be with anybody else. But other than that, I'm about ready to throw all the hens in together, let them duke it out, decide who's in charge, let the blood fly, and then whoever lives finds their place in a flock. And I'd honestly have to sell Hector. Atlas, I can't sell Atlas. Nobody would want him. He does breed the birds, but he carries a dwarf gene. I can't, he's not sellable. And Bash is young, and he doesn't give me any trouble. He gives me no trouble. That's the thing. He gives me no trouble. Hector, he's a royal pain. He's not mean. He just is a pain. So anyway, I have to think about simplifying the chickens. The garden, we planted the garden. We partially mulched it. It's growing up like crazy in grass now. If you want grass to grow, try to make a garden. Yeah, it'll work. If you want grass, forget it. If you want a garden, you'll get your grass. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to tend the garden that well. I've got about 15 honeydew plants that came up. That's the only thing that's coming up, really. But there's the garden. Can I tend the garden without my husband? I got all the chicken chores. I want to quilt. I want to quilt. That's what I want to do. I love my chickens, but I don't need all these breeding groups. I really don't. So I don't know. I'm back. Sometimes I feel like I've got everything settled in my head, and then I'm back to square one. I don't know if you know what I'm saying. But I thought you might enjoy watching these little Brahmas and little Barred Rocks mess around out here. It had rained, and I put some of the rest of the hay I had out here for them to have a drier place to run around. So they're doing it. Aren't they cute? God love them. They're 3 weeks old, and in 2 or 3 weeks, the boys are going to be duking it out. Oh, if you have never seen the Brahmas battle for supremacy when they're little, look up my video, Brahma Boys Battle It Out. I mean, it's got dramatic music and everything. Oh my, they are brutal. They draw blood even sometimes. It's 6 weeks old. But they work it out in one afternoon, and then it's okay. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'm just rambling and musing around on this stuff because my husband, I got to get back in the house. He's trying to get over this. I think it's a pinched nerve. His degenerative disc disease is progressing, and I think it's getting higher up into his spine. I think the discs are going and closer to his neck. Right now, the thing is in his hip. He's got a pinched nerve or something. I don't know. Look at that. Look at that big white girl, huh, little man? Isn't she a pretty girl? She's too old for you. She's also too crotchety for you, trust me. Well, I'll talk to you guys later. That's enough rambling. But thought you'd enjoy watching the little people. And that's why I really haven't made a video. I've really had kind of a busy and stressful, rough few days. So I don't know. I mean, I'm either going to have to make this place more elderly friendly, get my chores cut down, or hire somebody to do work, which my husband, he will not do. He does not want to hire anybody to do anything. But I have a feeling he's going to have to. I just can't manage this. Or I'm going to have to move to a more elderly-friendly place. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the privacy I want. The only thing I know to do is move to a place, even if it has only an acre, which has borders around the Forest Service, so I know I'm not going to have neighbors. I can't live in a neighborhood anymore. That'd kill me the rest of the way. I got to tell you, I would just die if I had to live in a neighborhood anymore. But I still want to have a garden, but it's going to have to be a smaller one than I've got now. And I want chickens, but I don't need breeding groups. Or I just need one breeding group, and that's it, and an old lady pen. So here we are back to square. Sometimes I feel like I just go back to square one over and over and over again. I just don't know. But I will talk to you guys later. I don't know. Anybody want any Brahma babies or a barred rock male that for breeding? That's the kind of barred rocks that your grandma had. Decent quality birds, big wide birds with beautiful barring. So I'll talk to you guys later. Sorry for the bouncing around. I wish I'd got my tripod. I didn't even think about it, honestly. New habits. Gotta make new habits. Talk to you later. How's the Bonnie? Bonnie has babies. Hi, Bon. Bonnie has her babies. Look at the babies. Look at Bonnie's babies. Bonnie's such a good girl. She says, I'll get that camera. You better watch it. No filming. I don't like the paparazzi. That little one was the last one to hatch. Look at the babies. I think that's a splash. I think this other one right here in the front is a blue partridge, possibly. It's really pale looking, but I don't know. You never really know. Oh my goodness, Mama! She's running all over the place. She got this whole 8x8 section of this old coop. I didn't scrub down the walls. I didn't have it in me to scrub down the walls. That's old poop from 2 years ago. So it's dried. I did disinfect. I did spray it with Virkon. Clean it all out. Mice had gotten in here and were living in here. I had to redo the whole thing, fill all the holes they were getting in. It was the siding had separated from the back of the coop, the back framework, and they were just coming in under the siding. It was crazy. And once I fixed that and sprayed foam in some places, they couldn't get in anymore. No way they could get in. So, anyway, I don't know. I shouldn't have left that bowl of food in over there. I didn't think she'd go over there and eat that. That's not chick starter, Bonnie. Bonnie, come on. Bonnie, go over there. No, Bonnie, go over there. Take your little niblets back over there. Take your little niblets back over there, okay? Go back over here. You haven't pooped yet today, Bonnie. Yes, you haven't pooped yet today. See this pan? This is a water heater pan. I just plug up that drain hole right there. That's a great pan to put feeders in. At least you can just clean out the shavings, and it's all contained in there for the most part. They can dig in there. You can clean out the shavings, and yeah, then you don't have food all over the floor. It's a pretty cool pan in there. These are only 2 days old. This is only the second day, so see, they can jump in and out there with no problem at all. This is Bonnie's 4th batch. It's her 5th time being broody. The last time I didn't let her have babies, and I should have done it anyway because I couldn't break her up. Isn't she beautiful? She's a blue partridge. So she's blue on her tail feathers and her lacing, where her partridge sisters are black. And she is a fierce mama. She's a fierce mama. Yeah, such a good girl. I don't have to worry about experienced broodies. You can't put, 42 eggs under them like you can in an incubator, but they're so much more reliable. Anyway, I thought you'd enjoy seeing Bonnie, and I will talk to y'all later about this. But, yeah, we'll see some more of them. The little splash one is probably spoken for, but I'm going to have to sell these too. All these are also for sale. See y'all later.